Welcome back to another heavy metal news snack. That's right. The magazine Rolling Stone. I thought this would be fun. We would look into this and see what they say the top 15 heavy metal albums of 2022. Their breakdown going from 15 to 1. I don't know the albums. I can get some guessing here. This is that freaky fella from the Freak Boys. I think they're called the Freaky Boys. Vended's daddy, Slipknot. And then, of course, this is Tobias Fjord under his ghost makeup, and that's Ozzy Osbourne there. I don't know who these chaps are back here, but something tells me we're going to find out. We're just going to go through this. I don't know if we're going to read much of it. I was just curious. I haven't seen who's on that list, but I wanted to see what they had as the 15 best metal albums. And I would love it for you to get below and tell me your 15. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you say these guys don't know what they're talking about? Rolling Stone doesn't know real metal. You can get down there and tell me all that, and I'd love to know your lists. I have a hard time doing lists of things. What's your top 10 favorite songs or top 20? It's hard because you do one and then you go, yeah, that's pretty good. And then you go, oh no, I missed this. And it's all a waste. You want to go back and redo it again and again and again. So I go crazy with that. Let's get into it and see what this first one is. Ozzy Osbourne, he's about ready to just sing in that microphone or eat a bat's head or something. Let's get into it. Let's see what they got here. Come on, baby. Why doesn't this want to roll? What's going on? What is happening with that? That is weird. Right, let's do that. There we go. There we go. Hey guys, we got it. Okay, we got Dead Cross coming up here. So that would be Dave Lombardo, Mike Patton, one of Mike Patton's many bands. We did a Dead Cross song on the first listens. Dead Cross in the 15th slot, an alternate title for Dead Cross' second album, Dead Cross 2, since frontman Mike Patton and his metal punk cohorts sound even deadlier and crosser than on the first outing. Yeah, so that that was kind of some skate punk style shit, right? I don't know what this is. Black Braid. I've never heard of these guys. Black Braid 1. So you got Dead Cross 2 and Blackbird I. When Black Braids, okay, Black Braids debut single Barefoot Ghost Dance on Blood-Soaked Soil. Wow. Came out last February. The metal world took a collective gasp. I got to listen to this. Black Braid. All right, let's see number 15, shall we? Boris? Is that Boris? Heavy Rocks. Prolific Japanese face melters. Boris, I'm having a hell of a time reading today, I'll tell you that right now. Boris celebrated the 30th anniversary this year with Heavy Rocks, an album which shares the title and kicks out the jam's aesthetic. This is why I don't read Rolling Stone. It's a smart man's magazine. So there you have that Boris, Heavy Rocks in the 13th slot. Lamb of God, there they are, the Omens. Yes, indeed, that's some beautiful artwork. Yeah. Lamb of God's output has been so consistently excellent over the past 2 decades that it's easy to take the hard groove and metal quintet for granted. But even by their own lofty standards, Omens is great. And I agree. Not only does frontman Randy Bly sound more pissed off than usual, and apocalyptic cuts like Nevermore, Vanishing, and the title track, but the way LOG recorded the album's basic tracks live in a studio clearly enabled them to ratchet up their unusual intensity. Yes, putting the band in the studio and letting them go for it, that's the way to do it. Who's this? What's this? Anyone? Anyone know? I mean, there's 3 bands that I have no clue of right now that I need to check out. Well, who is this? Mismo Thou, Myopia. I mean, I'm down to check it. Thou are Southern metal's greatest modern survivors, scions of Louisiana sludge, who have spent So they're called Thou? Or Mizamore. Thou are Southern Metal's greatest modern survivors, scions of Louisiana sludge, who have spent 15 years infusing the atavic. Oh, see these words they're using in this magazine. Okay, so we know Thou. That's that. Now this is Slipknot's The End so far. Yeah, we knew that was coming. That's number 10. What are we thinking about that? That's been getting some really mixed signals lately, the Slipknot The End so far. There's people that love it, people that hate it. Moving on to number 9. Let's get down in here. What's that? I don't know what that is. Minog. A Place for Ash. A Raleigh black metal quartet, self-released sophomore full-length. A Place for Ash is a slow burn, but it's one of the sear down to the bone. Ooh! The album reveals in its unrepentantly abrasive posture, from the first scream of opening track Penance, there are few moments of respite. I got to write this stuff down. I never heard of that. Number 8. These guys know what they're doing. Wormrot. I only saw that because I saw her peekadoodle eyes, and I actually went down like that. Wormrot. Yes. I know the name, not the music. 5 weeks before the seemingly relentless Singaporean grindcore trio Wormrot released their 4th album, Hiss, they actually relented. Pinball vocalist Arif announced he was leaving the band he'd co-founded. I have to stop pretending that I'm still interested in being in the band, he wrote. It's impossible, though, to trace waning interests within Hiss. So they're saying he's leaving the band, but they put this album out and it's finally getting them some notoriety. Number 7, we are getting down there. There you go, the sick, the dying, and the dead, Megadeth. What are we thinking of that? Good, great, fantastic? I think there's some pretty good jams on it. I haven't listened to the whole thing from beginning to end, but I plan to. That's number 7. Let's go number 6. Who dat? Who's this? Well, I don't know that name right there. It's too gargled up. Who is it? Am I false metal? Undeath. It's time to rise from the grave. I got to listen to all this shit. For a band that bellows about turning human skeletons into chandeliers, plundering graveyards like they're gold mines, and pinning the next victim in a ceaseless serial killer rampage, there's very little that's controversial or terrifying about Undeath, a quintet of self-identified greasy, perpetually stoned gamers. Undeath deeply revered death metal's crazed Florida man heritage. Cannibal Corpse, death, obituary, but pay little mind to any self-serious need for actual evil. I'm loving it. That's number 6. Rolling Stone, what are they doing? There's a bunch of shit I don't know about. Number 5, here we go. Who's dat? Do you know that? Can you read that? I don't know any of this list, guys. God's Country, who is it? Chat Pile. Never heard him. Okay, industrial. Here we go. Chat Pile's industrial strength noise rock conjures visions of rusting factories, burnt pits, and broken asphalt beneath a heavy gray sky. My God, this guy should be Maya Angelou's brother or something. A bleak anti-capitalist malaise runs through the Oklahoma City group's first full-length, God's Country. I'm listening. Chat Pile. Does that say Chat Pile in there? I can read it now. I see the CHATPIL. Chat Pile. Number 4. There we go. I'm surprised this isn't up there with number 1, number 2. But Ghosts Impera. Really doing the rounds, right? Hit and miss on that too. A lot of people like Ghost. A lot of people don't like Ghost. It's one of them. Love them or leave them. But you got Tobias Forg and his Nameless Ghouls. Let's get into the next one. I already see a little bit of it. It says Meshuggah. Wow. I really thought it was going to be like, bland on the Rolling Stone site there. Meshuggah coming in at the number 3 spot. Immutable. I think we've done some Meshuggah on the first listens. I think we've done something. Have we done a single off of this? Let's get to it, baby cakes. Let's get to it, honey child. Number 2 on the list. There it is. Ozzy Osbourne, patient number 9. I want to read this because I want to know if he got those dudes back that he did for that last album or if he let the guys play. Patient number 9 in the second slot. Who can beat Ozzy? Metallica? They've already done Slipknot. They've already done Lamb of God. Let's see what this says here. The Iron Man has spent the past few years journeying to hell and back, but on patient number 9, he got Crazy Train back on track. Like his surprising 22 comeback, Ordinary Man, the new LP finds Osbourne collaborating with artists who've inspired him. Some of his peers, yes. So he's got some co-stars or some featurings on here. Osbourne collaborating with artists that inspired him. Some of his peers and musicians he's influenced. But even with the cameos, it always sounds like an Ozzy Osbourne album, and it's even heavier than its predecessor. The 2 tracks he cut with fellow Black Sabbath co-founder Tony Iommi, No Escape From Now and Degradation Rules, bear the band's signature gloom, while One of Those Days, which features mournful soloing by Eric Clapton, is one of Osbourne's best ever blues numbers as he sings. It's one of those days I don't believe in Jesus. God only knows. Co-written with late Foo Fighter drummer Taylor Hawkins. Oh, I didn't know that either. Is also one of his most moving power ballads, and he sings about the world at large. God's looking down on what we've done, watching the children play with guns. The album is a glimpse into the diary of the madman, and it makes more sense with every listen. So there you go. So who's it gonna be? The number 1 here. It can only be Metallica, right? Soulglow. Who? We got a switchblade and a penny purse and a watch and a toy and a comb and a lot of money there. I want that money. Soulglow. Never heard it. Here we go. Oh, Diaspora Problems? On Diaspora Problems, hardcore metalers, bruisers, Soulglow live up to the cinematic aspirations of the album's opening bong toke. Set the rhythm of the 20th Century Fox drum beat. On 12 angsty outbursts, the Philly crew narrate through experiences as Black American artists and their own personal turmoil with brute force guitar riffs, hip-hop influenced programming, and frontman Pierce Jordan's larynx shredding confessionals. I gotta listen. What say you? Let's get it back here to these guys. Maybe this is Soulglow. They're the only ones that I don't recognize right off the bat. The other bands were all death metal bands. They're going to be long-haired, ugly, greasy-looking bastards. Swing it out. Tell me what you think of that. Get down there. Give me your list of the top 15 or the top 20 or the top 100 of 2022. Swing it out. Oh, yeah. Rolling Stone 15 heavy metal bands that had the best records of 2022.